Welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 15 of the Point Podcast. I'm here once again with Brock, Santa hat included, Ben, and we got another little one down here, Molly.
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing, though? She just be sleeping and shit. It's a really hot day, but it is not hot in the studio, which is surprising because it's usually a sauna in here.
We got a $40,000 aircon put in.
Yeah, woo! But no, we're here to talk about a few things today. Brock said he's got a topic, and he said that he's got so many things to talk about with it, and that we're not going to get off topic at all.
Yeah, Tom's been driving me on this one. So, companions in games. We have quite a few memorable ones. We've got Lydia, we've got Tails, we've got Dogmeat, we've got a whole bunch of companions that we've remembered through decades of games.
Yeah.
Are there any that particularly stand out to you as memorable or as just completely worthless?
What, companions?
Companions, yes. Particularly ones that would be stuck with you throughout the entire game, not just one that you pick up for a single mission.
I have one in my head, but I had his name and it has escaped me, so I'm looking it up right now because it is going to drive me insane.
What's it from?
Dishonored. No, it is. I was right. It is the Outsider.
Yeah.
So it's the guy that's in charge of not really in charge, but he's the kind of midway point part, like Purgatory. He's the character who gives you your powers. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. Yeah.
I mean, it was voiced by the guy who did the Penguin in that Gotham TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not bad. He's kind of just there along for the ride. He gives you helpful tips, and he's got snarky comments and stuff. But I mean, as far as an actual companion in those games, you don't get anything other than the crossbow.
Fair. I saw someone saying that Alex is not really what you would call a companion in the Half-Life 2.
There's nothing wrong with Alex.
No, I would say there's nothing wrong with Alex either, but they were saying that because she doesn't actually engage in any combat or lend you any actual benefits, can't be called a companion, which I don't agree with that. I think if they're
all of episode 1, you're literally with Alex the entire time.
Yeah.
Like the entire time.
Does she actually join in combat, or is she just there?
Yeah, she's there for combat.
Okay.
She does it all.
No, you were mentioning earlier, Rock, about the Resident Evil 4.
Yes, Ashley from Resident Evil 4. I haven't played the remake yet. I've only played the original, but the general consensus for the original is that she's utterly worthless. You have played the remake, and
I played both. She's fine in both. People are just overblown. We're all smirking a bit because I'm just playing Blue Outro while we're speaking. No, I'll get off that. No, Ashley's fine. Honestly, people need to pull their heads in. They just don't know how to play that game.
Yeah.
The whole point, people don't want to go put her away. It might be annoying, the parts that you're with her, sure, I get that, but people just don't know how to play it. There's one section in the middle of the game where you've got to try and defend her when she's in a different part, and you've got to also protect yourself. I actually really enjoy that part of the game because you've got to run around and do a few things. I'll get it up real quick.
It's almost like a, not tower defense, but it's like a wave defense.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, I prefer a companion who actually doesn't need as much micromanagement. Something like Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite. I really liked Elizabeth as a companion because while not lending direct combat assistance, will throw potions and will open tears and whatnot for you. So I actually really liked that as a mechanic.
That's actually not a bad thought, actually, because I remember playing Wukong. You have the little dog, pig, hog thing that follows you around and gives you
Dog, pig, hog.
I don't know. It's a weird little creature.
Man, bear, pig.
Oolong.
Yeah, I think so. I think that is his name, actually. Little hog thing.
But the one that was just for underwear.
You get halfway through boss fights and stuff, he'll pop in, heal you if you get low. Conveniently, it is right after you've just healed and used your own potions, and then he goes, "Oh, we'll just fill you up." It's like you could have done that all the way through, but it's and then he'll damage, and once he gets enough damage dealt, or you get the boss down to a quarter, he's just like, "Yeah, I'm out. Not my problem." So it's helpful, but it's obviously very, very inconvenient when you've just wasted all your heals, and he's just like, "Here's some more. Throw it to you."
Yeah. So this is the waterfall here. I kept forgetting what it was. This is one of the more not this Domino's ad that we've got playing now, but this is one of the more iconic parts of Resident Evil 4 is Ashley's with you here,
Mr. Leon.
but there's a point later on, where is it, around here, where you get her up here if it wants to hurry up, and you're down the bottom and you've got to defend her while she's up there and defend yourself. She's got to go around and like crank some shit, so you got to kill these guys when they go after her, which honestly it wasn't that bad. It's a lot more fluid in the new game compared to the old one, but there's also guys down the bottom who are trying to get you, and she's like doing a crank and it's taken forever type of thing.
These are the guys that when,
harder.
like in the original, correct me if I'm wrong, they get to a certain range and then they rush you?
Yeah. So they run at you. It also depends on the difficulty. They'll run straight at you, and then let's say it's 10, 20 meters, they'll stop and start walking.
Yeah, right.
So that's the same with her. So they will run all across that bridge there, get close to her, and then start walking. So look, just like this guy here. And then you just stop and start to walk soon.
It's a weird mechanic. You think they'd do that the opposite?
Yeah.
Like walk up, and then as soon as they get close enough, they just
Yeah, if I was putting it together, I would... Or maybe I'd keep it the same, but then I'd have like a variant of it that does the reverse.
Yeah.
Just to sort of throw you off...
Yeah. But no, I think I might go back and play this. Honestly, it's such a good game. You can actually... I mean, I've got it on my iPad at the moment. You can actually play this on iPad.
Yeah.
They just announced they're bringing out the RE2 remake onto iPad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a really good game. That will be a fun little, on
everything
iPhone as well.
It's also good.
But I mean, like all the Resident Evil games on here would be hectic.
Yeah.
Let's bring Code Veronica to it, please.
That'd be nice, yeah.
It's a pipe dream.
Yeah, one day.
Further on companions, someone was saying that the Marines from the Halo series are decent companions because they lend direct combat assistance. But again, like I've played through it recently, but part of it is from memory. I remember the original Marines being like kind of absolutely crap in the original. Like
they were fine.
They
were fine.
They were basically cannon fodder. They didn't actually they could take out grunts easily enough, take out jackals, but the second an elite or something.
Oh no, you're taking down the elites.
Yeah,
but that's the same in most of the Halo games. But that's the whole point, 'cause it's a power fantasy thing.
True.
They're just around. They're just there to take a little bit of fire. And the whole point, I feel like most people just wanted to try and protect the Marines, and that was the whole thing. So you could have their individual health bars in the first game, and you could see how much health they had and things like that.
You couldn't see their health bar.
You could. Once they got in the vehicle, you could have a look and see how much health
Oh,
they had.
in the vehicle, yes, you could see passenger and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you try and get them through the whole freaking game, bro.
Try and get the warthog all the way down to the bottom of the silent cartographer.
Yeah.
We got some new soundboard effects.
Yes, we've got a few different things that we can do now, because I'm now going to control this whole podcast from an iPad, including this.
You should
That's
get that
alright.
what was it? The Dragon Ball edits we were looking at.
I don't know.
Oh.
The water ones.
The juice.
Yes, the juice.
Oh, the juice. Yeah, I'll see if it's on here. The cup.
But you're talking about like useful companions. Lydia was very much not a useful companion. She was a slave for all of my dragon scales and bone, and then
she would stand in every doorway you wanted to go through.
Yep.
Yeah,
Until you
standard.
accidentally shout at something and shout her off a cliff, and she's just gone.
Gone
I'm
forever.
over encumbered. I can't find her, and she's just off into the forest somewhere.
She needs an air tag.
She does need an air tag, or like just like a little locator ping or something, which I'm sure there's a mod for it. But
Oh, there definitely is. They made one so that people could finally finish that Stones of Branzia quest or whatever it was. Can you not?
I didn't know that was going to be that big. That's all good.
Mr. Breast.
Mr. Beast.
The extra two, I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but the two other Space Marines you have in Space Marine 2, what did you feel about them as companions?
You mean like 40k?
Yes.
I played like 4 missions, maybe less than that, and then did the multiplayer. And it was a very I mean, I bought it to play with friends. I didn't want to play it with AI or like their companion system, so I didn't actually play it all by myself all that often. I'm on the fence. They weren't terrible for the brief little intermission thing I did play with them, but
I found them far better than the first game. Also found it interesting that they don't, like if you're tackling the elite enemies, if you're within a certain radius, they'll leave the elite enemies for you to have the glory kill rather than actually taking it, so that you can regen your armor.
Oh, you mean like the takedown finisher thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, the finisher.
That's cool. I didn't know that. That again, I did spend like $90 on it and haven't got anywhere near my money's worth. What's the dog doing?
I don't know. That's why I'm looking.
Is there any other companions you want to talk about, Brock, seeing how you brought one? There's one that's very clearly that you haven't mentioned yet.
Tails.
No, I was talking dog meat, but...
Oh, I said dog meat right at the start.
You mentioned it. You didn't elaborate.
Dog meat I like as a companion. I think it actually does a lot of stuff that the other companions don't. Particularly in terms of, like, not just direct combat assistance. It'll actually bring you items and point towards, like, little points of interest.
Good as like an alarm system too.
Yes.
Because it just kind of navigates where things are. And if there's people looking at you or something like that, it's very, very handy.
Yes, yes. No, dog meat is good.
All right. Is there anything else you have on that topic?
I'd love for you to actually chime in with some more as well.
I would have to sit down and think for a while. Honestly, I don't. In recent times, I couldn't think of any companions realistically.
Off the last 3 games you've played?
What about
Jimbo? Jimbo from Balatro. He yells. He says,
"Yeah, he yells at me all the time."
He does. He says, "I'm a joker." Or what's he say?
I'm meant to be the joker. You're a fool or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Most of the companions from don't start it.
Yeah.
Most of the companions from the Baldur's Gate 3 as well. I think the AI for them works pretty well.
Should we do a save point playthrough of that? Because like I haven't played it.
Oh, we would be here so fucking long.
No, I mean not. They just play it, not do any recording or anything for it.
Yeah, we could. 100%.
Yeah, play the first little part.
I wanted to bring it to this.
Yeah, I'd play it on my iPad if I could.
Yeah, I mean, because you can play it on, it's compatible on Apple devices. Actually, if that was on this, I think I would pump out a ton of hours. I can't believe this iPad, if more things were compatible with it, I think it would be the ultimate gaming device. Legitimately, it is razor thin. It has the power of, I would say, probably an equivalent like $1,500 gaming laptop.
Yeah, at least.
This has got an M4 chip in it, which is fairly powerful.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've got emulators and stuff on here that run like crazy.
Yeah, butter smooth.
Yeah, I mean, I can play, like I said, all the Resident Evil games. There's plenty of things on here that I can play that's really good.
Call of Duty Mobile, Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
Warzone Mobile is a really good looking game for what it is. Look, I'll get this up right now. I don't know if this will screen record properly. Still, yeah, it still is. You guys keep talking because sometimes it takes a while for this to load. But for a mobile game,
got a 4 gig update.
Oh, I guess I'm not doing it then. Oh well.
Maybe if our internet got sorted.
Yeah. Oh well, that's the thing. We just got we live in Australia.
Our internet.
That's
is bad.
all. No, bad internet. We just upgraded to NBN, which is supposed to be the best internet you can basically. Well, fiber infrastructure, fiber infrastructure, fiber to the premise, and what the frick are you laughing at, bro?
You come on.
Okay. I don't know. Well, what the frick? Oh, wrong thing.
Yeah, we got our internet upgraded because we got a free upgrade and it has not changed anything.
It doesn't. No, our upload's better.
Yes.
Which actually does help me a bit, but our download has not changed at all, and we're furious.
Yeah.
We're 80 megabits a second.
Yeah,
Average. It should be with this new upgrade like hundreds.
Yeah.
Well, I think the plan that we are paying for a plan where we should be doing, I think it's what was it, like 600-700?
Yeah, that's what it
down.
says for. Whether or not we've actually been put on that plan is a different story.
Yeah. Shout out to Telstra being fucking god awful, and you should die.
Yep.
Rip off company.
Yeah, if only they didn't own like
everything.
80% of the friggin' infrastructure.
Yeah, that's what happens when you
can't say it
privatize
now.
them. Yeah, infrastruccture. Pull your head in.
I'm not trying. I'm just gonna keep it at that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we've got like internet's honking here.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets freaking better though.
Well, I mean, this is going surprisingly quick.
Yeah, it is going pretty quick, honestly. Actually, no, that's
probably part 1 of the update.
yeah, it's not even at a gigabyte yet left. Yet. But but yeah, I mean, this is honking already. This episode, what's going on?
No, I'm happy to move on to another topic. If
Yeah, I think we might have to.
revisit companions another date.
Have you finished Bellatrix yet?
No, I don't think you can finish Bellatrix.
Well, I mean, have you got to like the point that before it
So-
just becomes endless?
I am. Oh well, I get to endless mode all the time, or the endless thing.
Yeah.
But I unlocked a while ago, a few weeks ago. I unlocked It's a deck where this is for people who don't care about Bellatrix. Tune out. Turn off this episode because it's
You're
honking.
listening to the wrong podcast.
Yeah, wrong thing. I got a thing where it's a deck and it's just hearts and spades,
It's kind of cool.
and that is by far the easiest deck you could ever do because you don't have to worry about all
Anything
diamonds
else,
and
yeah.
clubs.
Do the boss antis like get swapped so it's like, oh, you get where it's like negative if you get hearts or spades, or is this
no, you can still have ones where it's like negative if you got diamonds because you can still get diamond cards.
Yeah.
It's just you don't start off with any. But when you beat the 8th ante, you unlock like a modifier to make it harder. It's like a different type of poker chip, and I've done that, and I just keep doing that. I'm trying to unlock all of those, and I've got like 6 of the 8 that you can do. But then every time you like say the first level is all the boss blinds, you need to get double the points you normally do. And the next one's like, oh, you only start with 4 cards in your hand or something like that. That's stacked on the previous one as well.
Yeah.
So it makes it exponentially harder every single
Yeah,
time. You
right.
don't just pick X, Y,
I'm
Z
not
thing.
anywhere close to that.
Yeah, no, I've got like 2 to go. I've been getting close, but the thing that's stuffing me up now is that most of the jokers only last 5 hands,
Yeah.
or they're permanent and you can't sell them.
Yeah, right.
So if you want a good combo, you basically just got to pray that they come up and you can buy them in the shop and you have
Yeah.
enough and
Or
get
you got
to
enough
a
money
point.
to re-roll it so you can get
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm unlocking stuff every now and then. That's pretty good, but it's still an endless game. I'm not playing it as much as I was. I'm still playing it hours a day though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I got to get back into it. Like I've been watching new shows and stuff, wanting to play it while I watch that, but the shows are getting too interesting. So
Well, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I've been a few weeks ago we were talking about My Hero Academia for a bit because I was talking about
Yeah.
annoying characters, and I just because I talked about it, this thing heard that I was talking about it, and I started getting clips on my TikTok about it, and there was a point that was much further on than what I had gotten up to years ago, and I was like, oh, that seems interesting. Fuck it, I'll go back and watch the show, and I still hate the character that I was talking about. But it's a decent show. It's one of the worst fan bases I've ever seen. They suck for that show. They really do. But
That's most of anime as well, though.
that show especially is pretty bad.
I was going to say it's the same with most fan bases. The vocal set's usually the ones that's the most annoying.
Well, the reason I say that they are some of the worst is because there's a lot. It's one of those communities where there's a lot of shipping, like a lot of
Are
shipping,
they all like
and it's shipping.
teenagers?
Yeah, it's shipping of young teenage boys fucking.
yeah?
And it's like, grow up. Like, honestly, like, what have you got in your life? Nothing, obviously. But when watching the show, it's really good. I recommend it because it's one of those few shonens where there is like 3 filler episodes in the whole show.
And the rest of it's actually
And one of the filler episodes I really like. And it's not padded out much at all. So it's you can just watch the whole thing and it's fairly interesting every episode.
Okay.
I did get to a point last night where I did skip through an episode and it was a canon one, but it was like you could tell in the manga it was like I'm just trying to pad out something else to get there.
Yeah.
But it's been good. I've really enjoyed it. I'll probably get up to I think I've got another 60 episodes to get up to date.
Jesus.
But I mean, they're only 20 minutes and half of them is a recap of previous shit. So
Yeah. Well, that's how I started watching Superman and Lois. I got the last episode on my page, on my TikTok page. I watched the whole thing, and I was like, "Oh, that seems like it'd be all right." And then I'm up to season 3 now, and it is fantastic.
Well, you know what? This is very off topic. It's on to do with TV shows, nothing to do with gaming. What's your opinion of best TV show of all time?
Ooh.
I've got 3 answers.
I'll
And
start with
three
yours
answers.
while I think.
And I think I could go through all of those. Number 1, this is like so many people's favorite TV show of all time, Breaking Bad.
Yep.
I could easily say that is, I think, one of the best shows of all time.
I've seen the first couple of episodes. It didn't really stick with me, unfortunately. I can see
You
where
have that issue with a lot of things.
I
though.
know. I have this
Except for energy
weird-
drinks.
No, I've kicked energy drinks now. I'm
Yeah, he's
10 days without a single energy
that seems
drink.
like nothing for him. That's insane.
Yeah.
I was averaging like 3 to 4 a day easily. Some days
And like the big
a lot more.
The big boys.
500ml Monster Boys.
Yeah.
No, but
Good job.
I think you would need to give Breaking Bad more time.
I've
Really?
tried it twice thus far. I get up to about like the 5th, 6th episode. I'm just like, it's not, unfortunately.
The first season is
The slow burn.
probably the slowest. It gets really, really, really. I think it might have one of, if not the best season of a TV show ever. But Breaking Bad, which I would highly recommend going back and just getting through. It's
Getting-
harder when
stick
they're
with it.
harder when they're hour-long episodes, but I really think so. Number 2 would be Better Call Saul,
Yeah.
which is the spin-off of
See,
Breaking
I think
Bad.
you could put them. I think you could put them together.
They're very different shows though.
Yeah.
Very different, and some people really don't like Better Call Saul as much. That's way more of a slow burn than
Yeah.
Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
and it's a very
But
different.
because you've seen Breaking Bad, you know the payoff.
Yeah, but then the end of Better Call Saul is very much like it. It's a cross section that's really good. Bob Odenkirk is amazing in it. And then number 3, which I've talked about a little bit recently, is probably Sopranos.
Yeah.
It was the show that started the quote unquote second golden age of television.
TV, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the show that the reason that there is your Breaking Bads, that there was your Game of Thrones and everything like that was because of the Sopranos.
Not bad. Dad started watching it a few weeks ago actually. He goes, there's a lot of episodes. I was like, yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
you got nothing else.
Well,
to
it went
do.
for 7 years.
Yeah.
And that show to me is very much like, I feel like it was 2004 to 2007. That was a thing.
Yeah.
It started in 99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very old show because that's when from 2008 to 9 is when all the other shows started popping up.
Yep. Because they all tried to imitate it. Yep.
Yeah. Because what do you have? Your Breaking Bad. I mean, there's like The Wire and all that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. Yeah, The Wire. Great show. I mean, I'm trying to think of, there wasn't a ton of like, quote unquote, really good TV shows before that in that type of style. The only ones I
Not
can
that was,
think
like,
of,
Episode film type of thing.
yeah, like that was, way more, well, like a film,
Yeah.
cinematic. The only ones I could think of, like a little bit prior to that, is maybe like Oz. Remember
Yeah.
Oz?
Oh,
it
does
was
ring a bell. I can't.
Set in the
picture what-
jail.
Oh yes, I do know it now.
J.K.
yes.
Simmons was in it, I think.
Yeah.
We've talked about this on a different episode, I'm pretty sure. 'Cause isn't there
I
a
don't know.
game that's also set in something like that?
There's a
I could be-
Sopranos game.
I do know there's a Sopranos game, yeah.
I
Let's
was
see if I
going
can
to
find
say, like, going back. I mean, this isn't one of my 3. I'm still struggling to think of one that I got a couple. Anyway, before Sopranos and all that, like one that my mum used to watch almost religiously was Water Rats. Do you remember that?
No, I've never heard of that.
Rats.
Yes. So it was an Australian TV show, a cop drama.
Straight away, when you're like Australian TV show, it's not in the top.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a cop drama based around the Sydney Water Police.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. I think I might have seen this.
How old is that? 96.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
It was a very Aussie TV show, honestly. It was, yeah.
I won't lie. Australia does make good TV shows. I mean, like, remember how
I mean, Underbelly?
I was just about to say
Yeah.
how big Underbelly was when it first came out, and then there was all the other ones.
Was that big across the world, though? Or was it
I don't
just
know,
big
but
for
I
us
think it was
because
big for us. But
Australian?
I think when I would see it and parts of it and things like that, it was always really good.
Yeah. Because it was on as I was supposed to be going to bed.
Yep.
So I'd come out and Mum's like, you can't watch this. And I
Yes.
was like, yep. Okay.
Exact same
Yeah.
thing.
Cool. And then that's all I wanted to do was watch Underbelly. And then like reading into actually what it was, like a couple of years later, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see why she didn't want me to watch it because it was not a good it was not very good
It was
content
not for children.
for an 11-year-old.
Well, it's crazy to think that how many seasons they did of that show. So if people don't know what Underbelly was, because they haven't done one in like 10 years, I don't think.
They did one recently. I don't think it was it wasn't called Underbelly, but it was about like Sydney and what's the
The bald guy.
Peter Garrett.
No, it's about because my stepdad grew up in Sydney and he goes, oh yeah, we lived through all this. So he wanted to watch. I can't think of what it was. It was in. It's gonna drive me insane. I'll find it.
Yeah, oh well. But if you don't know what Underbelly was about, Underbelly is like an anthology series. Like the seasons are different, completely detached, but about gangs and crime, big things in Australia that have happened. Like the first one was about old mate in Melbourne.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Oh, he got like killed in prison or shanked in prison or whatever. That was a big one. Then there was one about like Chopper Reed.
Yeah, I remember the posters for the Chopper Reed one.
There was the Golden Mile, which was in King's Cross in Sydney, which is like the most seedy.
Carlton Crew, and then his rival Carl Williams with the other.
Yeah, Carl Williams. Yeah. There was one like Squizzy, which was set in like the 20s or 30s in Sydney. It was like a
Chopper, The Untold Story, Squizzy, Vanish.
Wasn't there The Wire?
Vanishing
as well?
Act.
I remember that one.
Australian, yeah. The show I was thinking of was the last Kings of the Cross.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It came out like 2023 or something like that. All about King's Cross and that whole gang war thing, which was interesting. But
It's pretty interesting, all that stuff.
For me, most of mine are gonna be like I don't watch much current stuff. Most of what I watch, I'll go back and watch it like 3 or 4 years after it comes out, once everything's died off about it, and I can just like binge it in peace. But I mean, if we're talking one that I will just every now and then go back and just put on and veg out with, like it's technically not Dragon Ball, but DBZ Abridged. I will just put on in the background.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good show just to have that in the background. I mean, it's a bridge series, so it's not a proper series, but
it's definitely like when you're talking a bridge series, it's the big one.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But Dragon Ball itself, like I can go back and like just put.
Yeah, there's just a
that
lot.
on.
Like I get in phases where I'm like, I watch like 20 episodes. I'm like, oh, actually, not a lot's happened in these episodes. Dragon Ball's great. It is very long though. It's very long, and that's a problem. Like I feel like, especially when you're talking about anime and it's shonen and things like that, people really love this 5-minute bit that happened 400 episodes in, and that's it. And they think about these few memorable moments, and most of the show doesn't go over their head, but it's out in one ear, out the other.
They just focus on that one part.
That can be the same for games and movies, though. Everyone remembers the memorable bit because it's the
Yeah,
memorable
no, but
bit,
I'm saying that
and you sort of gloss over
so much anime is just bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
There's so
Very
much
fair.
in there that you don't think about, especially shonen, where it's hundreds of episodes. Hey, I've watched Naruto.
Well, look
I
at-
can't tell you what's happened
I mean,
in
if you want to talk
majority of that
bullshit,
show.
look at the majority of daytime TV, like fucking
Yeah, but that's not
Days
a
of
narrative.
Our Lives or whatever.
That's just
like that is just
yeah, but that's
slop.
That's his whole goal,
intention.
though.
Yeah, exactly.
They want to
it's
make money.
Very
off this
different
show.
thing.
That's it.
That's we're aiming.
How would they make money off it though?
They got to fill
they
the
would
gap
make
in the
it
slot
heaps,
anyway.
yeah.
Like Days of Our Lives has been going on for what, like 30 something years?
Oh,
If not
longer than that.
Some
that.
ridiculous thing, yeah.
Like they've killed off. I don't know how many people have brought them back. Like 4 episodes later, like for the last 20 years.
Same as Home and Away and
Yeah.
Neighbours. and all-
Neighbours
yeah.
isn't on anymore. I don't think.
I-
No, that well and truly
My
ended.
grandmother used to like never miss an episode of Days of Our Lives, and that
Mm.
stupid intro thing is just burned into my brain, or like just forevermore. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives, and then the sweeping orchestral thing. Like
You really
just-
are old, aren't you?
I really am.
You really are.
Apparently, like Our Neighbours was really big in the UK as well.
Yes,
Yes.
Neighbours was massive in the UK. I remember reading a book in school that we had to read or something, and it was a British book about a kid who ended up moving to Australia, and the reason his parents moved to Australia was because they wanted to live on Ramsay Street, which is the street that everything's on in Neighbours. I never watched
mean,
Neighbours. I was a Home and Away
You hear
family.
people doing
Yeah.
that from here though, moving to like the States, for example, to
Yeah, but
live
what-
at somewhere like some famous particular town. Or something.
No,
Like
but it was like-
Yellowstone at the moment. There's people moving to America just because I want to live around the area where Yellowstone was filmed.
I won't
It's
lie,
like,
I've never heard that.
why?
No, neither have I.
I,
But-
I know 3 people now. 2 of them live together, so technically we'll say 2 people who independently moved across there just because they loved Yellowstone that much. Ridiculous.
I've been getting TikToks for that too. It looks pretty.
Yeah, Yellowstone's a good show
Yeah.
from what I've seen of it. But I think it's a little bit different. I mean, like, I can tell you legitimately, I could probably say 20 people I know who have moved to Australia from England. Not necessarily for neighbours,
Yeah.
but there was a big migration boom from the UK to Australia, especially where I'm originally from, the Central Coast. There used to be some sort of advertising magazine or something, and that was one of the highlighted places.
Yeah.
Legitimately, in my year group at school, there was about 10, 15 British kids.
I don't think we had any in my high school. But I mean, they wouldn't move over here and go to a Catholic
No,
school in Mayfield. So I
no,
mean,
you're not going to go to bloody Newcastle.
What's one of your 3 shows?
yeah, it was the doorbell.
Yeah, do you want to get that
yeah,
real quick?
well,
Someone's knocking on our studio. We'll cut this out. It might be our gear. Yeah.
Oh, it's in video.
Is the doggy there still?
Yeah, she's turned all the way around. I don't think she likes the lights that
Oh,
much.
okay, fair enough.
Which, considering she's blind, I mean, she's 90% blind. That's,
She's basically blind.
yeah. I mean, as you said, most of this will probably get cut. But Tom was nice
Yep.
enough to.
Yeah.
Tom was nice enough to shoot some photos and videos of Molly for us.
Yeah, that was a
almost
while ago
year
now.
ago. But yeah, she spent majority of the time just walking into things and sort of just plodding along with single-minded determination.
Yeah. She didn't know what was going on. She was
just
just there.
like Lydia.
Just
Yeah.
like Lydia.
Well, shows, I can't think of like a top 3, but I mean, this year alone, like, The Penguin was top tier.
Yeah, you've gone on about the Penguin a bit.
I
yeah.
definitely think it's probably the best after Daredevil in terms of like comic book shows. But I got my parents onto it, and they haven't watched the Batman. They've got no idea who he is. It's like it was a really good.
No idea
season
who
of
the
TV.
Batman is.
Well, not like
I
like-
know.
yeah. The Penguin, I should say.
Mm.
But that's probably up there this year. There's plenty of other shows, but you've named kind of the big 3.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You got Game of Thrones is up there.
I feel like
Yeah,
if you
we've talked
talked
on
about
that.
this 10 years ago, yeah. In hindsight, Game of Thrones, I feel like it's one of those shows that has been forgotten. Not
Well,
fully.
I think it's all due to the last season.
Yeah.
Which I didn't have to deal with any of that because I watched it 3 or 4 years after it
Or
finished.
the last few seasons, I think it was that people weren't super happy with. Because I remember the hype and having mates who were super into it and everything
Yeah.
like that. And I feel it was the last 2, was it?
I
Or
don't
did
know,
they
just-
break the last one into 2 parts or something like
No,
that?
they've shortened the last season because the 2 creators got a movie deal to go do
Yeah.
some DC stuff, and then they fumbled the last season. They go, "Oh, you fucked that," so you don't get your movies anymore. So they just ruined one of the longest, greatest TV shows just to maybe get the bag, but they fumbled it anyway.
Yeah. No. Oh, God.
One I really liked, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
fully admit that the main character is pretty one-dimensional. The Reacher Amazon series.
The
I haven't
first
watched
season
that
of that
yet.
was pretty decent.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I didn't watch the second one. I saw a few clips that looked okay. It's not bad. It's a fun, just put on show.
Yeah.
Nothing to write home about.
No, but you see what I mean? Like the main character, Jack Reacher. Jack? Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Reacher.
He is very one-dimensional.
Which
as
is
a
that's
character.
how he's written as well, and he does it. Thaddeus does a real good job.
You know a show that I really liked recently, same vein because it's also an Amazon show, was
Fallout.
now Fallout's good obviously, but
It was very.
the Stallone show.
Oh, I know the one you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to drive us insane.
Yeah, it's
We've
the
talked about this multiple times
it's
as
talk
well.
it's the
I've seen clips of it, and it does look very good. Yeah.
It's not at
he
all what I
plays
thought
like
it
a-
was going to be. I thought it was going to be
He plays an ex-mafia.
no, he's still Tulsa King.
Tulsa King.
That's it.
Tulsa King. It's a pretty decent show. Stallone's old.
Mm.
He's still like he fits that role. And I've never seen him as like he's a good character, but he's still like a mob boss type of guy.
I think he would, now that he's like this age, I think he'd do a really good job as that sort of vibe in a movie.
Yeah.
Well, he is.
Yeah.
No,
well,
but
he's
like
bringing
full
that
in the
vibe
movie,
Yeah.
straight
full
up.
Italian.
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine if they tried to redo The Godfather with him as...
with him, yeah.
Tom Holland as the son.
Yuck. But no, he's how old is Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, he'd
He's
be
like he's only...
75 maybe.
I think he is, but he looks good in the show. He's still
Yeah.
fucking ripped.
Well, I think it's because he's got fit for all of his roles for like the longest time that
But
it's kept with him.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like they're both showing their
What do you call
age,
me?
but
78.
78.
Yeah.
God. I mean, like he's got his
He
plastic
looks
surgery and that. But I mean, like look at that. For 78, he's looking still pretty.
like I would not pick 78. I would have. I mean, that first photo maybe.
Yeah.
But like,
That's just a bad photo.
yeah.
Do you know he did porn?
Yeah.
He did
Yeah.
porn just before Rocky. But no, he's
What's his stage name? Rock Hard.
nah.
It's a bad joke.
But I think Stallone doesn't get enough credit, I reckon,
No.
because people don't realize that he made that first Rocky movie.
yeah.
And he was offered to be bought out for it, and he was really passionate about his idea. He's like, no, I know this is going to be
what
good.
Was it? He was living in
directed
his
it.
car at the time.
You live in his car. I think
sold
he was
his
like,
dog, and the first thing he did after he got his paycheck was go and buy
buy
back his dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And he went to the awards without his mother.
without his mum because she didn't want to go.
No, she didn't want to bring. He wanted
Her
to bring his
hairdressers.
girlfriend. Yeah, that's it. Hairdressers. Child, or whatever the fuck it was.
But no, he writes like a fair bit of stuff that he's done. He wrote all the Expendables movies. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not 100% my deal,
'Cause you
but I
wouldn't-
mean,
I've watched all of them like a year or two ago.
mm,
The like end shot of the second movie, he's like talking to Jason Statham or something in front of a plane, and like you see the plane, and then it cuts back to Statham, and it cuts back, and it's just Stallone with a green screen behind him, and they haven't keyed and put the actual plane back in there, and the next shot it's swapped. They've just got him behind a green screen, just in the movie, and I don't know. I was like, this can't be real, and I
Yeah.
looked it up, and it's just them with a green screen.
God.
I was like, this is a multi-million-dollar. I mean, they spent all their money on the cast because it's like there's like 10 of like the most popular
Oh,
and
there's a lot of
well-paid
big
actors
names,
ever.
Yeah.
You don't get like your classic like Hollywood action movie character anymore, like actor.
No.
You don't have your Stallones, your Arnies. You don't have any of those
I
anymore.
mean, no, you've got recognizable actors that just their name sells, but they're not big. They're not like for big.
Didn't they try and
action
pass it off to
films.
The Rock?
I was just
with
about to say, I feel like The Rock has gone from everyone's favorite person to everyone's least favorite.
I wouldn't
person
say
these
least,
days.
but he's definitely over. I could stand to see a few less
Rock joints.
films. Yeah.
Have you seen what he does every time? Because Rock's just. I saw this in an article recently. The Rock has just been bombing all his movies.
yeah.
Yeah,
You see
and-
the red one that's just
Oh,
come out?
yeah.
It's already on Prime.
Oh,
It's meant to be a Christmas movie, and it's done well before the middle of December.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
How he's got a knack for twisting all of his lows into a success. Like, for example, when Black Adam came out and it was a massive bomb, he put up on his Instagram, just had my biggest opening weekend of all time. And because technically it lost a ton of money, but it was his biggest opening weekend. Like it had enough. It completely died afterwards. That was
Yeah.
the only like thing that was a
good
silver
thing about
lining.
it, yeah.
So he always promotes that on all the movies he does now. He does that to make it seem like he's never had
A bad
taken
day,
an L
yeah.
ever.
Warner Brothers has to learn if they're going to make a DC film. If it's not about Batman, it's not going to. Go
Oh,
well.
I disagree.
Look, the Superman ones did okay.
No, the Man of Steel, the Zack Snyder ones did okay. I wouldn't say Superman Returns was any good.
I mean, the first couple of ones
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking about, they did pretty okay. But like the Wonder Woman film was.
First one was
okay,
good.
It was there.
Second one was, again,
Forgettable.
no, not even forgettable. Just like she lassos a bullet moving while the two cars are going left to right, she whips. It's a stupid movie. The physics don't make sense, and I get it's a superhero movie, but
Yeah.
you got to have something grounded in reality.
The Green Lantern movie.
Yeah, I think that's coming back though. It's quite funny now.
Yeah. Okay. There's ironically funny doesn't make it good though.
No, probably not. But I mean, Marvel's had their fair share of stinkers the last few years as well.
Oh yeah, but they just sweep it onto the rug and just be like, Papa Disney, hide this.
We've said this before. Marvel's lost its touch.
Yeah.
Marvel's done, I reckon.
I think with the plate of movies coming out next year.
All right. You're fair.
Yeah.
The new Captain America looks good.
Thunderbolts also
Thunderbolts
looks good.
Decent.
We've got Daredevil coming back in March.
I never really got into the Daredevil show.
I loved the original one, but then again, I was like 8.
You mean the Ben Affleck,
With
Jennifer Garner?
You weren't
Yes.
8 when that came out.
I was 8 when that came out. It came out in like 2006. No, I was older than that. I have them in a green bag over there somewhere. Because I also have the Elektra film.
Brock, if you were 8, it would have come out in the mid-90s.
You're 40, remember?
I am not.
You're
close.
forgetting.
4 more years.
Anyway, I was younger when it came out. Shut up.
It came out in 2003, so you're definitely not 8.
You what, 15?
No, 2008.
You were
13.
born in 88. Do we have to tell you how old you are?
Sorry.
You would have been 15.
2008, really?
No, it came out in 2003.
He just said 2003.
Sorry, I thought you said 2008.
You
No,
were 15.
You were 15, like I said.
Yeah, they were fine movies.
I'm not a numbers guy.
This was before Marvel had any money behind them. Because what was the next ones they made after that? They did the X-Men movies, but that was technically Fox.
No, it was Fox. It was Hulk.
Hulk.
Yeah, Hulk. But then there was also, I mean, the Fantastic Four ones were Fox.
When did the first Thor movie come out?
That was once.
After Iron Man and Captain America and all the rest of it. That was
Okay.
Iron Man was 2008. Because they did the 10 years. But no, well before you're thinking, bro.
Okay.
But no, they were fine. But the new Daredevil show that they did was excellent. Jessica Jones was also good.
Yeah,
Luke Cage was good, and Iron Fist was could have been a CW show.
I liked the Punisher the most.
Yep.
I think was John Boltholm or whatever the hell his name is.
he's a good Punisher.
He's
he fits the
really
role.
good as Punisher.
Yeah, Jonathan Berthol or whatever.
Berthol or whatever it is. Yeah, he's way better than most people give him credit for, I reckon.
Well, there's more Punisher in like the next couple seasons of Daredevil as well.
Yeah.
And he's in the new show as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I'll probably watch it for.
Did they try to do a Max Payne movie with him as the lead?
No,
Was it with him?
there is a Max Payne movie though.
Who did that?
Fuck, who was it?
I can
this
see
is
why you
before
were
he
thinking
was a
it's
thing.
him, but it's
Yeah, no.
It's the game.
Oh no, the first thing came up was actually the movie.
Yeah.
Actually, no. You know what? A Marvel movie. Blade would have been one of the first Marvel movies.
Mark Wahlberg.
Really?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg
that's
plays
not
Max
who
Payne.
I was picking
And
at
Mila
all.
Kunis. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Wow,
I was
okay.
expecting someone.
It was a big miss.
Genre, oh, that's not the movie. That's the game. I was going to say that's a weird way to put it. But no, like those old movies, they're all great. There's Marvel have like a good 15 years there where all the movies were pretty standard until Infinity War and Endgame ended.
Do you ever
Yeah.
go back and watch? Whenever I go back and watch the original Avengers, I'm like, man, this movie has aged a bit.
It has.
There's a bit of stuff in that I'm like, this is.
Well, the humor in it is very Joss Whedon, very bit on the same with the second one. But no, it's a very old movie now.
Well, not old, but it feels old. It feels very it doesn't even feel old. It feels dated.
Yeah, dated.
Very much dated.
Because I was going to say, if you want to play, like, watch something or play something that feels old, you go and play the games that are based on those. That's when you start to feel like
I wouldn't have
these
done
are
that
old.
because tie-in games are shit.
Well, no.
I have the Iron Man game
There's-
over there. It wasn't
Yeah,
terrible.
there's
It's just
a-
cool flying around as Iron Man.
There's a bare handful that did all right, but yeah, most tie-in games, you're not wrong. They are,
The Wolverine one.
they are
That's it.
They are cash
that one's coming
grabs
out
of
soon.
the worst variety.
Oh, it's still a while off the Insomniac Rivalry game.
Which I think kind of might have got a trailer this year if it didn't get the whole game get leaked.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest leaks in a while, eh?
Yeah.
Surprised to see GTA didn't do a trailer at Game Awards either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too
They
surprised.
don't need to do a trailer.
No.
Merry
Same
Christmas,
time.
by the way.
Oh yeah.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else?
What? Oh, we got more noises?
Oh, chill.
I just shit out my ass, booted up my PC.
What's your next topic, Ben?
Well, I wanted to do soundtracks because we listened to the...
I reckon we leave
Yeah,
that. That needs to be on
Fortnite.
something decent. But I do want
Is
to
that
say,
Zesty Sonic? Can we play that? That looks like what's on Tamara's shirt.
it does.
I'm going to send that to her.
Have you seen Zesty Sonic?
I don't know what it is, but I don't think this is going to be decent content. So can we skip it? Show it to me later.
Yeah. Where do we epic? Creekbow is calling.
Can we put Thick of It on? Just there to the right, under the fade.
I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows. They know me where it snows, I skied in and they froze. I do not know nothing about no ice, I'm just cold.
All right, come on. This is not engaging content.
So I've been told.
The
Yes, I'm aware.
The engaging content went out the window about 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, bro. It was honking.
It's 45 degrees. We're getting delirious.
We are. I mean, I feel fine in here.
Yeah, it's
But no,
not bad.
I just knew that we weren't going to have anything to say about the companions.
I thought it would have been a decent topic.
Yeah, but
I'm
the thing
sorry.
is, I know, I understand that, and I'm not saying don't give ideas. It's just every
Back 'em
time
up.
this happens, like, do you have an example? Oh, this one thing. Do you have more than just saying this character to talk about?
That's why I mentioned it last
You
night.
two
in the
have both
message.
Yeah.
played games. If I say, "Hey, what's a memorable companion from a game?"
I
You
couldn't
should
tell.
have.
I
Like,
couldn't.
I told you this last night. I said, "Hey, here's the topic I want
Yeah,
to
but
do."
the thing is,
Did you
I
see
don't,
my
I don't.
message?
I don't have an hour to talk about companions.
No, but you've had over 12 hours to think of, "Hey, what's one companion I can think of at least?"
You did the exact same thing I was going to do. But,
Fuck both of you.
no, I get what you mean. It's just that there isn't much to go off on that. That's like a little tangent-y sort of thing.
Because I wanted to see what you had, so then we could build off your examples. Because that's why I said, "Hey, do you have any do you have any examples of characters?" And then like you sent that thing this morning, which was very helpful. But I wanted like actual
This is all
examples.
staying in, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. So then I could be like, "Oh yeah, I remember when Lydia did this and had stories," or like Dogmeat was an idiot and
We've got plenty to talk about. Legitimately, we've got a few good ideas. It's just that it's been
a long
it's
3
been
weeks.
a long few weeks for us.
Yeah.
Filming here and doing shit.
The other
out.
one?
Yeah, and then the other film that would. Oh god, it's all going on.
Well, how about a topic that's going to be a bit more that will allow us to vent somewhat?
Sure.
People confusing a actual premium product with something that they can get for a cheaper price and have the same level of performance.
Is this that thing you showed us yesterday or Friday or whenever it was?
This morning.
Yeah, it's been a long few days, Brock. So you mean like why PC gamers will never buy anything expensive unless it's on sale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, but also like people.
Yes, I'm
He
about
put
it.
the whole thing in his mouth.
I have.
Oh fuck!
No,
I'm getting
I-
sweaty.
I want to talk about this.
Yes, I have a story about this. Someone
Yes.
came into work the other
Yes.
day and talked to one of our
We
friends.
work at EV Games.
Yeah, and wanted to buy a game.
Yep.
And walked out the back, found the game. Well, I didn't do it. My friend did. He found the game for the customer. The customer then stood there and said, "Hey, my mate's just texted me. I told him I was buying this game." And he goes, "I can get it on Game Pass for nothing. So sorry to waste your time. I'm going to go get it on Game Pass." And I was like, at least you waited around and said something.
Rather than just
A lot of the other
disappearing.
customers would have just
disappeared.
Yeah.
gone and you've spent 25 minutes looking for something and then walked out.
Well, the main thing we were talking about is what PC gamers spending
Hello, Molly.
$4 grand on a PC and then refusing to buy games.
Yeah, they play the free Valorant and
My old roommate used to pirate a lot of games and had a PC and was really into gaming. And I was like, why do you never buy? He's like, oh, they got enough money. He's a very like progressive social justice sort of person, but that was the straw that came.
That was
it's
the
like,
line that
yeah, unless it was like you wanted to play multiplayer with someone else that was too hard to do, he just wasn't buying it.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
kind of get it.
I don't.
Okay. When
I
I
spent
was
too
when
much
I was a
money on games.
teenager, up until like probably about 21, give or take.
Yeah.
So from teenage to then, me and my mates, we would all, if we could, we'd pirate stuff because we just didn't have.
You wouldn't steal a car?
No, too hard. Downloading a movie or
was
a
a joke
game,
about
much
the-
easier.
the-
See, you keep going.
We either didn't have like the easily disposable cash at the time,
Facilities for that big
or
one.
what cash we did have was used on actually upgrading whatever console or rig we had at the time so that we could, yes, don't have money to spend on the games, but I can play
I
whatever.
don't think that's good
It
justification.
doesn't, no, I'm
Yeah.
not justifying it. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
I
Piracy
used
is
to do it
bad,
as well.
kids.
I used to pirate a lot in high school, but it
Yeah, so
was
did I.
always TV shows and movies because it
We
was
did not get them in
yes,
Australia.
it was
Yeah.
a service problem, not anything else.
No.
And that's what Steam. I think Gabe Newell always talks about. I
Well,
think it was
that's-
Gabe Newell,
once
and
I
he's like,
started
"Hey,
using Steam, that's what died
all
it
right,
off.
start talking over me."
Gabe Newell said.
Yeah, Gabe Newell. I think Gabe Newell talks about it's mostly a service problem.
That would have been Pirate Software. Thor.
No, I don't really like.
No, I
him.
know what he's talking
I know
about.
what you're talking about. I
You're
think
talking about the thing how the markets, the currency in different countries.
No. It's
I have heard him.
convenience versus.
I have heard you. I have heard him talk about that before. I think it was Gabe Newell or someone else has always talked about that as well, saying it's all about just getting the games out to people because
Yes.
if there's the option for it, whatever's easiest they will do.
Yeah.
It is harder to pirate shit, and honestly,
Especially
I feel
games.
if you have a disposable income,
It's
enough-
so easy to get a game. Yeah.
but it's also morally, if you're like, nah, they've got enough, bro. It's just straight up stealing. There's times where I have pirated games. Hey, emulating games you can't get anymore, sure, pirate all you want. But if it is like, oh, I don't know, for example,
Fuck you, Nintendo.
let's say it's Balatro.
I'd happily pay more money for that game.
I want to play it on, if I want to play on PlayStation. I mean, not that I could really pirate it on there without doing something crazy. But yeah, fuck yeah, I'm buying that again. If it was on PC, which would be by the easiest, I'm buying it again.
Yeah.
It deserves it. It costs nothing, like barely anything, and some people
We spent more on that on lunch today.
There's a big thing where people come out and say maybe, oh, well, you're privileged because you got the money to be able to afford XYZ thing. That argument goes out the window if you've got a gaming PC. I'm sorry.
yeah.
If you have a TV
No.
in your bedroom, that conversation goes out the window.
Yeah, no, hey, sure. I definitely have more money than a lot of people out there. I'm not saying that I'm rich
Which-
or anything, but there's a lot of people who don't have money.
Very
That's what I'm
slight
saying.
tangent, then we'll tie back in. Most people overvalue their PCs anyway.
Oh yeah,
People going like, oh yeah, I've got coming in and they're looking at buying a keyboard. Oh yeah, I've got a really good one. I paid $5,000 for it. Yeah, okay. How long ago did you? Oh, it was like 6 years ago. Your computer's not worth $5,000.
No.
The second you paid $5,000, it was not worth $5,000.
Yep.
No, thank you.
but no, it's like all these arguments go out the window. It's like if you've paid that much money for the PC itself, buy the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait for them to go on sale.
Which again, like this
Screw
is
your
all
humble bundles.
this is all
Just buy it
born off
outright.
of things saying that like Rockstar might not bring GTA 6 to PC because PC
They
gamers,
will. It just won't be at launch.
Oh no, definitely not. PC gamers tend to not buy stuff at full price. PC gamers will wait for a sale, or they'll find some other way to get it at a reduced price. Like I think what the thing we saw was like only 30% of games are purchased
Yeah, it was
at full
almost
price.
1/3 each way.
Yeah,
But I mean, that's fair. I mean, like,
but it's what you said. If you make it easier than pirating it, like if all I have to do is log into Steam and go, buy, I now own the game and can download it. And by the way, if I've bought it, I should own it.
That's a
Freak
tie
you.
back to when he had a go at licensing for games.
I'm still, yeah.
But
Anyway.
I mean, that leads into the subscription
Yeah.
model again as well, because Xbox Game Pass is what, $9 for PC or something.
the first
Okay,
month's
if the-
$1, and
if-
if you keep threatening that you're going to close it, they'll just give it to you for $1 for indefinitely.
But even then,
If
like,
the button I click says buy, I should own it. If it says rent, that's a different story.
What if it says download?
If it says download,
it's like most
then-
games say download now.
if it says download, then I'm obviously on a different site where I'm downloading it for free.
Downloading something.
We love big titties around here.
God, yes.
God, yeah. Wait, can we all get a
Super duper out of the fridge?
yeah, that and also a mama.
Well, seeing how I'm wearing my Sly shirt, they added all 3 games back to PlayStation for once. It's finally getting the love it needs.
They've been released
Yeah.
from Guantanamo and they can now be played.
Yeah, I mean, Crash and Ratchet and Clank get remasters and countless other games, and my boy Sly's been on PS3 for...
Wait, no. Well, I can't play Ratchet and Clank 1, 2, or 3 on PlayStation 5.
No, but like
or
we've got
PS4.
We've got Size Matters and they've added heaps of the other little standalone Vita
Size
games.
matters.
I'm not saying they're good games, but
They're fucking shit. Give me the first 3 on PlayStation 5 and I'm happy, but
Yeah.
they just won't.
they've done the Jack and Daxter games, which they're good.
Can
they're not
you
as good as
actually
the
play
Ratchet.
them on
No.
PS5 though?
Yeah. All the Sly games are on PS5 or PS4.
No, Jack and Dexter.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah, I
thought
think
that
they're part of the thing.
Part of I don't think it's the deluxe tier anymore because they actually remastered it.
because I thought
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
they
taken
did, I think.
off when like the PS3 and all of that went.
No, well they've re-released them since then
Okay.
because the Sly game they added the first one in like June, so I bought the big premium tier because I want to play the game
Yeah.
that I want to play. And am I boring you?
So no, I'm 10 days off energy drinks. I'm flagging.
Sounds like
Sorry.
an excuse. What's up, brother?
You done?
No. So and then they also released Sly 2 and 3 like after the Game Awards, and it says they've remastered the textures. They've just upscaled them because they're 540p. It's still in like your square format, 4:3, which is really nice. But they've added like the emulating features to it where you can pause it and then make save
That's cool.
points.
That is nice. I would prefer it if they're going to bring it to modern consoles. At the very least, give us a widescreen aspect.
I mean, they've given you filters. You can have the old school, old TV.
The
like,
CRT scan lines.
Yep. But I mean, I'm happy to play the game. It runs perfectly well. The controls have been slightly tweaked. Unlike when they re-released the Crash games and they just changed his hitbox. But no, I would also like the first 3 Ratchet and Clanks back. Oh, bad ape.
Bad ape.
No. I think we're out of things to talk about for this episode.
Yeah. Hey, Brock, you're one of these.
I don't know what that is.
He's just a chill guy,
You're
man.
a chill guy, bro.
Oh, okay. Alright,
Did
so
you end up getting your before you say the thing? Did you get your plushie?
No.
They've also got one of him on the website too. The chill guy.
On what website?
That same website. Well, whatever that.
Oh, really?
Not the Balatro website, but that same
Yeah.
shop link thing.
Oh, this is gonna be dead in like a week. This meme.
I know. I just keep seeing it pop up next
Yeah.
to the Joker.
But yeah, Jimbo's gonna live on forever. Jimbo's the Joker in Palatro. But also
I like my cheese droopy.
Child, I yearned for the mines.
Gotta go.
no
I can't.
more soundboards. No more.
Brother, he bought the app just for today.
I didn't buy the app. It was just
Oh,
real.
you went cheap.
What the Sigma?
Fuck right off.
God, yeah.
Can we do shrimp Alfredo queso?
Where is that?
not?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the second row next to low taper fade. Ninja got a low taper fade. I'm fucking delirious.
Do you want to do a sign off then?
Can we do the cat one first?
What one?
Tails version's better. Go on, Brock.
Yeah, I'm waiting until he stops playing with it.
I haven't touched it.
We will save it there.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.